The sculptured railings are repeatedly hovering around, which is gorgeous and grand. Zixiao Palace was first made in Xuanhe region in Song Dynasty. According to document, Emperor Huizong believes in Taoism and boasts himself Taoist Emperor. One day, he saw the god of fire in his dream. A priest explained the dream for him, suggesting that the god of water going for the south to suppress it. So he ordered to set up a Taoism temple and granted the name of Zixiao Yuansheng Palace. At the end of the Song Dynasty, army of Jin invaded into the south. The palace was destroyed in the fire. At the beginning of the Yuan Dynasty, Hu Bilie pacified the people on the advantage of the religion. He sent out his officers, granted seals to regain Taoism. Larger scale of construction was underway and the Zixiao Palace was rebuilt to be the place worshipped by the country. For its peculiar stand in the Taoism of Wudang, its layout is dignified. The decoration is exquisite and flamboyant. The divinities and mortals honored by Taoism are worshipped in the halls. In addition, the divine tables, worshipping instruments, compose a mysterious fairyland. Standing in front of the hall, the ancient cypress, plankway, pond, and mountains compose a pleasant painting. The grand and magic imperial buildings will arouse your piety. With grand building and tall platform, Fumu Hall is in the behind of the Zixiao Hall. In the middle, statues of Emperor Mingzhen and Empress Shansheng, the parents of Zhengwu, are worshipped in the middle. On the upper left is Taizi Rock, literally means Prince Rock, which is the place where Zhengwu had ever cultivated himself. In the ancient emperors of Song, Yuan, Ming, Qing, and successive dynasties ordered to hold a sacrifice praying for the blessing of the ancestors and the help from the divinity, and also for a peaceful country and a good climate. Up to now, Zixiao Palace has not only become the best spot of sight viewing, but also become the Taoist Association of Wudangshan. Annually, scholars from all over the world came to visit. It is a destination for Taoist organizations from different places to seek for an origination of Taoism. After coming out from the Zixiao Palace, we got on the bus for Xiaoyao Valley. Driving along the road circling the mountain, you could only find peerless mountains, colorful forests, which makes you feel pleasant. Xiaoyao Valley is the only ecological tourism site integrating with the mountains and the rivers in a whole. It got the name for its similar environment and sentiment with Xiaoyao trip of Zhuangzi. At present, the plankway and the suspension bridge have been built. Tourists could safely enjoy the sceneries of Longquan Taoist Temple, Dragon Spring Taoist Temple, Peach Island, Azalor Stream, Wushu Rock, White Dragon Pond, etc. scenic spots on the tranquil and long valley, as well as climbing the mountain, looking to the stream, enjoying the precipices, and feel the pure fresh nature. Early in Tang Dynasty, in Epigraph of Mount Taihe-shan, the verse by Lu Dongbing, "Beauty of the animals in Mount Wudang is praised." According to the statistics of the specialists, the whole mountain features abundant animal resources. Among them, there are 49 species of beasts, including leopard, macaque, otter, civet cat, giant salamander, etc. 12 species, all first and second important animals under the protection of the state. More than 130 species of birds, 87 species of fishes, and 1,055 species of insects. The sceneries of Mount Wudang in 4 seasons are distinctive. In the spring, the blooming flowers are like brocade. The fragrant wind is so pleasant. In summer, the winds and the clouds are changeable and the sceneries of poly postures. In fall, the osmanthus is shedding fragrance and the red leaves are covering the ground. In the winter, the icicles and the snowy trees are like an art gallery of jade sculptures, which is the famous natural scenery of Mount Wudang. Moreover, there are more than 100 wild markets in Xiaoyao Valley, which has become the biggest spotlight. For that reason, the tourists from domestic and abroad came here for experience the harmony between the human and the nature. Groups of markets and azalea forests, ancient lanterns hanging down, tranquil plankways, and verdant rivers keep the tourists away from the noisy city and made it possible for enjoying the beautiful nature. Stepping into the valley, the stream water is clear and sweet. In 4 seasons, the water never stops flowing. The tinkling sound is echoing near your ears. The ponds are scattered in the valley according to the terrace and are connected together. Their scale, depth, and shape are all different. Going forward along the path, the trees are lashed in the valley with bushes. The rocks are piled up randomly, which compose a lively scene. In the distance, elegant and strange peaks are leaning together like gleaming divinities. Nearby, The shores are continuous. The stream water is flowing with a sound like a happy melody which accompanies the tourists. The unique landscape of Xiaoyao Valley composed a marvelous picture scroll. The lush forest is like a beautiful coat which makes this scroll perfect. There are all kinds of arbor trees growing here. They are verdant and gorgeous. The postures are poly and the colors are multi. Slowly in the peaks and the valleys, the clear stream water is poppling. Small fishes are swimming. On the banks, the flowers are fresh and beautiful, and the birds are twittering. Fuzhen Taoist Temple is also called as Taizi Slope. Situated in the northeast of Tianzhu Peak, it is a must on the way to the Golden Top. The temple was firstly built at the beginning of Ming Dynasty. Although renovated for many times, the building largely reserved its original appearance. With the building's area of more than 2,000 square meters, the halls were set up against the terrace and increased in altitude gradually. Taizi Hall is on the top. After getting into the gate of Fuzhen Hall, the yellow river wall with 9 turnings appeared in front of you. On the short plankway with a length of 71 meters, the fluently arched wall is fluctuating against the terrace. The vigor is so grand. The arched and tall red wall gave people a feeling of remote and deep. Coming into the second gate, the spacious courtyard suddenly appeared in front of you. Strolling into the gate, the little courtyard is tranquil and comfortable. There is a Wuyun Mansion, literally means 5 Clouds Mansion in the front, Emperor Scripture Hall and Sutras Library in the middle, and the Prince Hall on a high platform in behind. The integral layout is balanced on the left and the right, harmonious and perfect, fully depicting the ideal of pure consciousness in Taoism. In Fuzhen Taoist Temple, there is Delay Pond, literally means dripping tear pond. The stone railings are protecting the edge of the pond. The river in the pond never dries out, which has become scenery of Taizi Slope. The Prince Hall of Ming Dynasty is lying on the top of the Fuzhen Taoist Temple buildings group. It is exquisite and delicate. However, it features the vigor of imperial building. The brass cast figure of Prince Reading is worshipped in the hall, which made it a place for the praying of good fortune by students. There is a piled-up 5-floor mansion in the temple. An erected wooden pillar is supporting the intersected 12 rafters, which is called as 1 pillar and 12 rafters. The construction of this mansion is unique and the technology is delicate. Through hundreds of years, this building is still peerlessly erected on the mountain. The needle-grinding well palace stands in a commanding height. Taoism of Wudang Shan believes that when the sun rises, this is the place which accepts the first pure sunrise. Hence, it was also called as Chunyang Palace, literally means Pure Sun Palace. The needle-grinding well palace is a typical AC buildings group. It is compact and exquisite. The main building was set up according to the Zhenwu self-cultivation in Mount Wudangshan. It was said Zhenwu is the prince of country of Jingle. In his 15th, he went into Mount Wudangshan to cultivate of Taoism. After dozens of years, he has not yet made any progress. He was so depressed that decided to give up. When he's coming here, a divinity named as Ziqi Yuanjun turned himself into an old woman and pretended trying to grind an iron pestle into a needle. Zhenwu got the truth that even the iron pestle could be ground into a needle if you work hard enough. He returned to the mountain and at last became immortal through cultivation. Zushi Hall literally means Founder's Hall, worships Zhenwu mainly and his parents, the god of wealth. The mural of Zhenwu's cultivation on both sides of the hall vividly depicts the courses from Zhenwu's birth to his success in accomplishment.